Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video. As you can see, this is not at the clinic and there is no Dr. Jeff this week. He refused to take me to Florida with him, so I'm doing a video alone today. Anyways, I was thinking about what to do for a video and I stumbled across an exercise video that I had to record for a class a couple years ago, and it never saw the light of day. Probably a good thing, but I guess we're gonna do it now. So enjoy this video on side planks, and as always, if you have any questions or suggestions about anything, feel free to contact us at jgoldsworthy@goldsworthywellness.com, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hi, my name's Colin, and today we'll be going through a side plank. A side plank is a really great core and trunk stability exercise. It's going to increase your core strength. So we'll be working the muscles on our sides here called the internal and external obliques. You're going to be working your transverse abdominis a little bit. You're going to be working the muscle on the side of your butt called the glute med, and you're going to be working your hip adductors, which is basically the muscles in your groin area here. Some benefits to this exercise is increased balance. So having a strong core can help with balance, and having a strong core can also help with everyday activities, especially in sports like swimming and in running, where having a really good, stable trunk can increase your efficiency and make exercising easier. We're going to start off with just a regular side plank to begin with. So you're going to start in an outstretched position. You want to make sure you're all in one line here. You're going to want to have your elbow at 90 degrees and your forearm on the mat. You're going to want to have your shoulder over top of your elbow throughout the whole movement. For your legs, what you're going to do is you're going to have them stacked, or you can have your top leg just sitting in front like this. For this demonstration, I'm going to have it sitting in front just like this. With your top arm, you can have a little pose, or you can just leave it off to the side. So what you're going to do is you're going to lift your hip and you're going to put it to the sky. So when you lift up like this, again, make sure that shoulder is over that elbow and your hips are being lifted up to the sky, and you should see a nice straight line here. And you're going to hold that position from anywhere from 15 to 60 seconds. And that's the first one. Generally, some errors you want to look out for is your shoulder and your elbow. So you want to make sure that when you're doing this exercise, your elbows aren't tucked in and your elbows aren't tucked out. Just imagine a nice line between your elbow and your shoulder, a nice straight line there. Another thing is when you are doing the exercise, make sure your hip isn't drooping. Make sure you're keeping your core nice and strong and you're trying to push your hips up to the sky throughout the whole exercise. Make sure you're breathing throughout, because it will help you maintain this nice contraction throughout the whole movement. If you found that that was a little bit too difficult, what you can do next is a modified version of the side plank. So you're going to be doing it on your knees. So what you'll do is the same thing. You'll be outstretched like this. The only difference is you're going to have your knees tucked in, just like this. So again, make sure that shoulder's over top of the elbow the whole time. And what you'll do is, again, you'll lift your hips up. But as you're lifting your hips up to the sky, you also want to push your hips out. This is important because this is going to maintain a nice straight line here. If you were to have your hips bent like this, you're looking at a little bit of an angle here. So you want to make sure everything's nice and straight, nice and tall. Keep that neck at a neutral angle. You don't want to have your neck bending anywhere forwards or backwards. So keep it nice and strong and hold throughout the entire movement. You should be holding this from anywhere from 15 to 60 seconds as well. If you found that that was too easy, or if you found the regular side plank was too easy, you can even move it up a level. And this will target more of your glute medius, so the muscle on the side of your butt. And this will involve your leg being lifted up during the movement. So again, same thing, same setup as a regular side plank. But once you're in this position, what you'll do is you're going to lift the top leg up in the air like this, and you're going to hold this position. Again, make sure that the arm, you're aware of your arm. You want to make sure your shoulder is over top of your elbow the whole time, and you're going to want to make sure you're breathing throughout the whole movement. So that's all the side plank exercises that I've had for you today. Thank you for watching, and keep that core strong.